This morning I'm going to share with y'all how to make some cayenne pepper salve. It's actually cayenne pepper with arnica infused oil salve. This is my cayenne pepper infused coconut oil, and this is my arnica infused olive oil. And you're going to also need, when you make this, you're also going to need some wintergreen essential oil and ginger essential oil, and also some vitamin E oil. Now, I'm not advertising Simply Earth. They do have some nice essential oils, but this is what I've had on my in my little container. I really like their oils, but I also like Now brand. So whatever essential oil you have, as long as it's wintergreen and ginger. So you're also going to need some beeswax and a measuring cup, your scale. And this morning I'm taking my sister's advice, and I'm going to put the salve into deodorant tubes to make it easier to use, to make it where you can just roll it up and kind of roll it on your skin instead of having to dig your fingers in. I don't mind having to dig my fingers in, because I'll take the cayenne pepper salve, or balm rather. I make a balm. I like it thicker than loose. I like it because my hands, I have trouble with circulation in my fingers and my hands, and that actually helps them better. But for a lot of folk that, you just don't really want to get your hands in it, these tubes will work just wonderful because they'll roll on up. You're going to also need your pot, and we're going to put some water in there, just deep enough that it's going to come up to about half the height of our measuring cup. So what we're going to do now is we're going to measure how much cayenne pepper infused oil and arnica infused oil we need. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my scale. And I'm going to put my measuring cup up there. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and tare that. And it comes back to 0. Alright, there's my 7. It's a little bit over 7.05 ounces of cayenne pepper oil, infused oil. And now I'm going to add 3 ounces of my arnica infused olive oil. You just want to kind of pour slowly when you're doing this, because if you go over a little bit, it'll be alright. Just don't want to go over a lot. Okay. A little bit more. Perfect. Alright. So now we've got our cayenne pepper infused oil and our arnica infused oil into our measuring cup. So now we're going to take our measuring cup. We got 10 ounces total. And we're going to take our measuring cup and we're going to go stick it into our pot that we're going to have some water getting warm in. Alright, we've got our cayenne pepper infused coconut oil. It's melted already. And of course our arnica infused olive oil was already at a liquid state, because it stays liquid. The coconut oil I use it always solidifies. And all you have to do is just melt it back down. Now at this point, we have 7 ounces of cayenne pepper infused olive oil. And you can use any kind of cayenne pepper infused oil. A lot of people use cayenne pepper infused olive oil, or they'll use some other kind of oil to infuse their herbs in. That's your choice, but the best thing to do is to do your research on it and see which kind of oils will absorb better into your skin. Coconut oil and olive oil, they're pretty much, just a given on what most folks use to make their infused oils with, that you're going to make for salves and balms. I'm going to make this into a balm. The salve is too creamy to basically having these, and plus I like a balm because a balm is a little bit thicker, it's stiffer, it's not going to be as moist, or no, I don't want to say runny, but it's going to hold its shape better. So we're going to make this into a balm, and by that is you add just extra beeswax to it than you would as a salve. So right now, with this amount, I'm going to go ahead and get our beeswax measured over here. So I'm going to go for, I usually use 2 ounces of beeswax for a balm, 1 ounce for a salve. Turn on your scale. I'm going to use one of my little ramekins I got from the Amish store. Told you I'll use these things for everything. They're perfect. Go ahead and tear that out. Mash the little tear button right there. And that makes it 0 ounces. And then just pour your beeswax into your ramekin or your bowl or whatever you have it in there. Oops, I'm making a mess here. I don't like making messes. Okay, so far we've got, that's about 1 ounce right there. But I want it to be about 2 ounces because I want a thick balm. I don't want it too soft. Okay. And 198. 201. That's perfect. So now we're going to take our beeswax and we're going to pour it into our infused oils here. Okay, I'm gonna get that last little one. We're gonna let the beeswax melt. Now let it melt down until it's all a liquid. You want it all liquefied. And you can stir it and you can see what your progress is as far as the beeswax melting. It takes a while for beeswax to melt. I've actually got some beeswax blocks. They're 1-pound blocks that I need to shave some fresh beeswax down with instead of buying these pellets now. And these pellets are fine. They always make really fine salves and balms. But I love to use, you know, any kind of natural, straight from the person that's doing it supply is what I'm trying to say. I like to buy from the person individually. I like to support them. You know, it's a lot of work folks are doing, and I like to support other folks that do what I do, that make their own, whether it's remedies or home cooking or bee honey or whatever. I love to support one-on-one individuals. Now, while you're letting this warm, don't let that get to a massive boil. You really don't want to add the boil, so you can turn your heat down. I've got it kind of a little bit low medium now. I don't want it boiling or popping up and getting any water whatsoever in these oils. You don't want that. I got this fixing. Basically, I got the idea. It's out there. It's all over, you know, the internet for Cayenne pepper salve. But I watched Miss Heidi on Healing Harvest. Is it Harvest Healing Homestead? Hang on. Yeah, it's Healing Harvest Homestead. Miss Heidi Villegas, if I ain't saying her last name wrong. She did a video on Cayenne pepper salve, and it's a really, really fine video. I just kind of took it and I added in my arnica oil for extra pain relief to this balm. She uses straight up cayenne pepper, and that makes a wonderful salve. but I wanted to add a kick to mine. So I have 7 ounces cayenne pepper infused oil, 3 ounces of arnica infused oil. So that's why mine's a little bit different than hers. But that's the lovely thing about making your own remedies, is you can put in it what you feel like maybe it needs a boost, or maybe you just want some extra powerhouse herbs in there for whatever you're doing it for. It's completely, you know, you are the herbalist. You're making the remedies. I like hers because I'm also, the only thing I tweaked about hers was I added the arnica oil in there, and I think I added a little bit more beeswax than hers. But she also puts the wintergreen essential oil and the ginger essential oil. So when we get this off the heat and let it cool for just a little bit, not long, we're going to add our essential oils to it and our vitamin E. Alright, our beeswax pellets are almost dissolved. They're really soft. So yeah, it's almost time to take off the heat. At this time, you also want to have your containers ready. Make sure you have your prep work ready while you're doing this, because this isn't a very long process. Now, as far as, like I said, infusing your oils, they're not hard to do. An oil infusion is very, very simple, very easy. I've got some oils I need to infuse coming up here lately, or coming up here soon, rather. And I'll do a couple of videos on infusing your own olive oil or coconut oil, grapeseed oil. You've also got sweet almond oil. There's avocado. There's just so many beautiful oils. Sunflower seed oil rather, that you can use to make your remedies with. I've got some sunflower petal, infused sunflower oil that I've got to strain so I can make some chapstick. And I'm also going to use my homemade peppermint oil that I grew from my garden, the peppermint. So we'll have those one day, but right now we just need to do this one. We need to concentrate on this. So I'm going to bring you back whenever all the beeswax is completely dissolved and it's time to add the essential oils and the vitamin E. Alright, I removed it from the heat, but I'm still leaving the heat on in my pot, because a lot of times when you pour your salves or your balms, it adheres to the side and it cools quicker. So it's still, you want to kind of melt your, you want to keep it warm so you can get every bit of salve or balm out of there, any, liquid. So right now it's warm, but it's not too warm for your essential oils. So I'm going to go ahead, and the fixings call for, let's see, 300 drops. And I know that sounds like a lot, but this is the way it works. It works. So you're going to put 1/4 ginger in it, and the rest is wintergreen. 3/4 wintergreen, 1/4 ginger. I lost the video of where I showed me actually mixing the oils and pouring it into the containers. So what you do here is you add your vitamin E oil, a fine squeeze of it, which would be equivalent to about 1 tablespoon of vitamin E oil. Mix the vitamin E oil in and give it a fine stir, and then add your ginger and your wintergreen. You're going to do 225 wintergreen and 75 drops of ginger. That's your 3/4 percentile rate to the oil that you want to add. 3/4 wintergreen and 1/4 ginger. And then slowly pour it into your containers and let it sit. Let it sit for a couple of hours before messing with it, and then it should be ready, and where you can at least roll it up and take a gander at it. But don't try to put it on until, you know, at least a few hours later, to make sure everything sets up properly. Here is the finished product. They've had time to cool. And this one, I'll hold it and see if I can roll it up for you. It rolls up real nice. There's what it looks like rolled up. A little piece right here, I think, didn't have time to just adhere to it better. But anyway, it rolls up just fine. I just need to let them cool a little bit longer. Sorry, this is so blurry. There. And then it rolls back down. And there you go. And now you have your Cayenne Pep'r Ar'nica infused oil balm in a stick. Now this is great for sore muscles, aching joints. If you need to, like, if you have, like if your hands don't have great circulation, or your legs don't have great circulation, you can rub this on there and rub it in, or roll it on rather, and let it soak into your skin. It really helps with the aches and pains of your body from like you know, I said, sore muscles, or just arthritis in your knees or your fingers or your hands, or anywhere on your body that, you know, you need some heat and some relief from pain. So do your research into cayenne pepper and arnica oil. If this is something you're interested in making yourself, go ahead, and it's very easy to follow, and it's a wonderful, wonderful remedy to have on hand. Halal'YAHUAH. Shalom from Hill'Top Hollar, y'all.